Hi, I'm Tina Quizon from Pathways to Paradise and also Global Entrepreneurs, and I'm excited to bring this new extended version of Global Entrepreneurs with...
I'm Teresa Moore, and I have More Wealth Network and More Wealth webcasts, and so we are launching a new program based on Tina's Global Entrepreneurs show, and we're going to have a weekly webcast on global entrepreneurs. And so today we're going to just introduce a little bit about our concept, what the class is going to entail, and both of our background and why this extraordinary alliance can help transform our cities, Hawaii, and globally, the world. Yeah. So Tina, give me a little background and tell our audience a little bit about Pathways to Paradise, your vision, and global entrepreneurs.
Well, Pathways to Paradise is a TV show that I do here in Hawaii, and it's amazing that the opportunities to connect not only locally with the leaders here in all different areas and sectors, but also globally, who's doing what out there in the world. And it really shows Hawaii as a model of leadership, advancement, economics, and technology.
Now, you also trek around the world. You just came back from a program with Gunther Pauly and the Blue Economy.
That's right, Teresa. That was with the United Nations, and that was Business for the Environment. And Gunther Pauly, who wrote a beautiful book about the Blue Economy, did his book launch there in Seoul, Korea. And so I had actually done some radio interviews on global entrepreneurs with him, and then we went to Korea to do the book launch. And we've also continued that process here. What I loved is when I explained this to you, you got it right away.
You know, I have to share with you that Tina and I have been crossing paths in paradise, if we could say,
yes,
for probably the last year. And although Tina has always had extraordinary people on her show, not until she handed me, here, read this. And as you know, I read very fast. I actually have a class on my webcast that teaches you how to absorb information at 25,000 words a minute. So I said, okay, well, give me the book, and I flipped through it and actually got a really good understanding for the first time of what Tina's vision and her mission is. And so global entrepreneurs and the Blue Economy, I said to her, you know, Tina, this is the closest I've ever come to understanding what you're about, because she's all over the world. She's all over the spectrum from
everything. I am so fortunate to get to work with experts in all different fields.
Right.
And so I call it the neuron pathways, that pathways to paradise, everyone wants to get to paradise.
Yes.
One form or another. And so it's having the venue, which I loved is when you said, let's expand this venue, of bringing information and also success of entrepreneurs to others out there in the world, which sparks and inspires.
And so we started this new webcast series. In fact, I have launched an interactive live. And so in addition to having your Pathways to Paradise, which is every week,
every Saturday, and it's on the internet also.
Right, on Alelo, and then you have your radio, Global Entrepreneurs. More Wealth Webcast is an interactive process. It's taking cutting-edge technology and taking it, bringing it home to someone in your living room. It's taking and being able to connect with anyone around the world. We had this brainchild. Let's do every week a piece on some entrepreneur or some business person or someone in the community that is adding value to the community. And let's start to take Gunther Pauly's Blue Economy, and we're going to actually do a blend. So every week we're going to, what I've coined transformational blue media. Tina has been extraordinary in the media, working with the resources she has. And so a Blue Economy means taking and basing upon nature.
Recognizing. It's recognizing your resources. A lot of times we're waiting. We're thinking we need one more piece.
Right. We're going blue now.
Because we are
Hawaii.
Well, we are sustainable.
Right.
And what the Blue Economy really is about showing the resources and the abundance.
Right.
That even the competition is exciting. And that there's no true lack.
Right.
That
And-
once you start to recognize your
And in
resources.
Gunter Pauly's book, 10 years, 100 innovations, 100 million jobs, he really uses going back to nature as the metaphor to explain that we all have the same resources. How do we use it to grow, expand, whether it is our community, whether it is our finances, or what it is what we're going to start to use as a model, genuine wealth. And genuine wealth is actually a process, a model, a structure where we can now take what we refer to as our cash finances and grow a genuine wealth economy in addition to our cash. And what that means is, here in Hawaii, some of the extraordinary benefits of being in Hawaii is Hawaii's traditional values on family, on relationship, on
Individuals.
spirituality. Hawaiian spirituality is very different than most other, what I would label, religions or processes. And so how do we put value, just like we put value in our car? If you drive a Mercedes, you might have a value that's assigned to your Mercedes. Well, how do we start to assign genuine wealth? That's a label. How do we start to put value equal to or greater than what we put monetary value on? And we start to grow a vast community and expand globally. And so we're going to bring you stories every week of entrepreneurs or business people, or whether it's a Hawaiian teacher or whether it's someone who cooks in a lunch truck, and start to show you what their genuine wealth value is.
Which
How
is
to-
your well-being.
Right.
Which is also talking about acknowledging and finding your total well-being.
Right.
Because if, Teresa, you explained it really well earlier about what genuine wealth is.
Right. And so how to understand your genuine wealth, put a value to it, not necessarily a value you want. We have this.
Bring it out as the model, because this is something that other cities, other nations are just sort of waiting for that model.
And as an entrepreneur myself, I've actually, when we spoke, I told Tina, not only do I embrace family and relationships and my children, and in fact many people I do business with, they become my extended family, but I've actually never held a job in my 50 years. I've always been an entrepreneur, and entrepreneurism is a mindset. And how do we take and convert that mindset into the genuine wealth model so that all flourish, all expand, and there's abundance for all? And so that's what our new program, Global Entrepreneurs, an Alliance of Social Capital and Genuine Wealth, our weekly show. And we'd love to have you join us as one of the companies that we prototype, or one of the individuals in a community that we utilize as an example, because our objective, our goal, and our vision is to take Hawaii and turn it into the model that anyone can use, any city, any country can use, to start to expand as our financial economic system starts to crumble, how we can take and build it and at the same time build a wealth so that the two become one and merge, and we move into the new way of finances, a new way of being, which
The
you've
blue
talked
economy.
about, the blue economy and transparency.
Well, thank you for sharing, and thank you for this new venue that you brought global entrepreneurs to.
You're so
and
welcome.
I really appreciate that this is the brainchild that finally you sort of said, hey,
Let's do it.
let's do
We're
it.
birthing. Okay, so I can't have any more babies. Grandkids aren't on the way yet. So my new birthing process is Global Entrepreneurs Weekly Webcast on livestream.com, More Wisdom.
So stay tuned.
And don't forget to watch her on Pathways to Paradise, because she'll have more interesting ideas to open dialogue that we can bring to global entrepreneurs.
Thank you.
All right. Aloha.
Aloha.